Hey everybody, welcome back here. Okay, I want to say a place to heal, but it's actually my vehicle. And I just left the grocery store and I wanted to stop and I wanted to do this crazy video because of something, sometimes I just fall into information and it's kind of crazy. I had to stop on my way home from the gym to pick up some prune juice. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So a couple of months back, I was dying for prune juice. I mean, my body, I know better. When my body asks for something, I know better. And my body was like wanting prune juice so bad. I can remember the memories of when I was a kid. I can taste it. I mean, it's just plums, but I did not want plums. I wanted prune juice. It was imperative that I have prune juice. So I went out to the grocery store and I got myself some prune juice and I bought it home. And it just so happened the next day I ran into some video from some pretty high up guru on YouTube saying that prune juice is really bad for you, right? I had one glass and I was like, oh, that's it. And I wasn't even doing it for constipation or bowel movements or anything. I just was craving prune juice. So I watched his video and he was saying how horrible it was for you and how bad it was for you and how you should not take prune juice because it messes up, the movements in your bowels and it's bad for your intestines and blah, 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 blah. Tons of stuff, right? So I took my little thing of prune juice and I put it in the refrigerator and left it alone. I was like, maybe I don't want to do that to myself. So for some reason, like maybe 5 nights ago, I was laying there in bed and I was just like, man, I just cannot get that prune juice out of my head. I was like, to hell with this guy, to hell with YouTube. I'm having prune juice because I want prune juice. So I had prune juice and I laid back down. This was about 1 hour after I ate that I had this juice. I had 6 ounces. Okay, I'm sharing this with you because I've done it over and over and it has worked the same every single time. So I'm very intuitive into my body. Ever since I, ended up getting sick, every little twinge, every little pain, I'm trying to figure stuff out. So my neighbors think I'm nuts. Why is she sitting in her car with a thing of prune juice? But anyway, I had this glass of prune juice, 6 ounces, and I lay down and all of a sudden I felt very, very uncomfortable. The pressure was horrible. I was like, what the heck's going on? And then all of a sudden I felt the pain in my liver and I was like, wow. Now the pain that I was experiencing in my liver, I would say is perfectly equal to the pain that I normally have when I have liver flushes. So I was like, what is going on here? And I laid there and all of a sudden my liver started burping, right? It was like, I felt it. At first I thought it was gas. I was like, oh, it might be gas. It's giving me gas and I'm probably gonna have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, no, I'm gonna share a lot of info in this. So if you don't want to hear it, exit now. And it was like, no, I could feel it. My liver was pissed off. My liver was swollen. My liver was burping. And it was very uncomfortable. And if you've ever done a liver flush, you know what I'm talking about, that feeling. And then all of a sudden, about 2 hours later, I did have quite a bit of gas. Okay, you do get a lot of gas. And then I ended up having a bowel movement. But the bowel movement, which I found really odd, was made my whole bathroom smell like metals. And I was like, why does it smell like metals in here? The only time I have ever had my bathroom smell like metals is when I do some serious enemas. Usually after 2 or 3 weeks of doing enemas, you start getting to that metal stage. And those of you who do enemas know what I'm talking about. You start smelling the nickels and the coppers and all that, the silvers. You start smelling all these toxic metals that have gone into your colon. So I thought, well, this is bizarre. Am I imagining this? So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this again tomorrow. So after my dinner, I had a nice salad, everything else, and 1 hour after my dinner, I had my 6 ounces of prune juice. So, you know, it was like I had my dinner at 6, I had my prune juice at 7, and about 9 o'clock, same thing happened. The pain in my liver, the burping, and then the bowel movement with the metals. So I started doing research. And this is what happens when you pay attention and you're paying attention, right? So I started doing research and I started Googling the prune juice and liver connection. Guess what? There's a huge prune and liver connection. Not only is prune juice exceptional for your liver, but I found out through a lot of research, and I've been researching this for like a week now. That's why I got some more prune juice. Okay, so I found out that prune juice actually will open up the hepatic channels. It will help people who have hepatitis. It will help your liver to function better. That's why I'm like, whoa, this is why I'm feeling that pressure. It's opening up those ducts to move stuff and to get that stuff moved. Not only that, but once prune juice is inside your intestines, it will actually pick up any extra liver bile that's just sitting around, and it will escort it out of your intestines. And guess what? It escorts out with that liver bile. Toxic metals. Hey. So I'm all like proud of myself. I'm like, yeah, Marie. So glad you went and got the prune juice and didn't listen to that guy. So I started doing even more research because, you know, it has, let me check it out. I'll tell you guys, because I know there's a lot of diabetics that follow me because I used to be a diabetic, so you follow me. Okay, so 4 8-ounce servings, okay? So 4 8-ounce servings have 180 calories. But you're not going to have 4 servings. You're only going to have 1, and it's only going to be 6 ounces. Okay, so maybe you're going to get 60 calories, I'm guessing. I'm not the greatest in math. Okay, so, but now there's 0 added sugars, okay? And this one is just prune juice. This one is actually RW Knudsen, and it is organic. Okay, I try to buy the organic stuff. Now remember, you want to get organic because if this is cleaning out your liver like that, you don't want to introduce toxins into your liver. So it's very important to get the organic one. But it does have 46 grams of carbs and 35 grams of sugar. Now, I started doing research because of the diabetes, right? So I'm like, oh, I don't want to screw up and start taking too much sugars. But I found out that I was doing it right all along. I'm telling you. I joke with people and tell them it's like, yeah, the information just gets sent down from somewhere. So I started researching and I found out, okay, so you don't want to drink, here's the tricks, okay? Here, I'm going to show you the tricks. 1, you do not want to drink prune juice warm. You want to make sure it's cold. Because if you drink it warm, it's going to have an instant laxative diarrhea effect, which you do not want. Okay, this is not what you're trying to do with this. Okay, number 2, you definitely want to have food in your stomach for this to work. You don't want to take the prune juice on an empty stomach. So you want to take it at least, you know, half an hour to 45 minutes after you've eaten a meal, because you want it to go in there and you want it to start cleaning the liver. You do not want it to go into empty intestines, and then the next thing you know, you have diarrhea. So you don't want that, okay? Number 3, the third thing that I found out was 6 ounces is the magic number. 8, you're going to be in the bathroom all night long. Anything less than that, it really doesn't do the trick. So I found out that 6 ounces is what like makes it click. I mean, it's like what makes that pressure happen. Okay, and another thing that I found out was that these sugars in the prune juice really do not affect the diabetic numbers that much at 6 ounces. What it does, is that it will actually level out the blood sugar, okay? Because of the amount of fiber that is in the prune juice. How cool is that? So there you go. Now, I haven't done my theory, but I have this whole, you know, man, it's like the wheels start turning, right? So I start getting all these theories going in my head. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, hey, if the pressure is coming from the hepatic ducts, because it's trying to open those ducts and trying to get all that junk out, and let me tell you, it does move some junk. How cool would it be if, like, in the morning, let's say, on an empty stomach, you took 2 tablespoons. Now, I'm just thinking out loud, right? Because I haven't tried this. This is how my brain works. Just hang with me here. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you know, if you add like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, which has malic acid, right? And it softens up stones and it helps to dilate bile ducts. Well, if you took this in the evening, man, what better results would you have? So I'm going to I started doing that today. I took that in the morning, and now I'm going to see how it happens in the afternoon. But I wanted to share this with you because I was just so happy when I felt my liver do that, when I felt that pain, that I was like, yes, this is good pain. I know this pain. And number 2, you know, when I smelled the metals, I was like, man, this is moving toxic metals out. And one thing I did notice is that if you do have a lot of excess liver bile hanging out in your intestines, you're going to get a lot of gas. Now, I noticed about the 3rd or 4th day that I started taking this, the gas started decreasing. So you're going to have a lot of gas at first. After 3 or 4 days, it's going to start going away. As far as I know, I haven't found any research that says that, you know, it's bad for you to do it every day. You shouldn't. But I'm the type of person, I take everything Monday through Friday, and I let my body completely rest Saturday and Sunday, because I don't want stuff to build up. Okay, so there you go. And that is my video for this week. So before I leave, I wanted to tell you I got contacted by a company that wants me to do, wants me to check out their product and talk to you guys about it if I like it. And something tells me, I already know, something tells me that I'm going to love this product. So it's a gravity blanket. It's a weighted blanket. So please like, subscribe, hang with me, because I'm gonna actually do a video on that, whether I like it or whether I don't like it. I had never, ever, ever heard of a gravity blanket until these people contacted me, and I was floored. For ADD, ADHD, anxiety, panic, I'll be hitting all that in my next video. So please join me in my madness, my healthy madness. And while you're at it, please stay happy, stay healthy, love and respect one another, and join me here next week. I'm going to be giving you guys information on what a gravity blanket is all about. All right. Bye-bye. Love you guys.